What's going on, guys? Y'all, it is Friday. It's Friday. And guess what? This is no longer my primary communication equipment. I got my iPhone back, yay! I'm holding Penelope because she tripping. I gotta clean out her tank, so I took her out. But I thought I would talk to you guys real quick because of, ooh, Lord have mercy, my legs. When you get old, you can't be sitting in an Indian, you can't be sitting in Indian formation for too long. No, the circulations are cut off. Anyway, girl, hold on, y'all. You gotta get down. So anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit about the video that I did yesterday in reference to some things that I mentioned. She about to knock over my tripod. I'm gonna try to get through this, y'all. I need her to go somewhere. Go that way. So I wanted to talk to y'all about, y'all, my snake is always into stuff. She knocks stuff over. She climbs on stuff. She pulls stuff down. She's just hard-headed. She's just extra, like me. But anyway, I wanted to talk to y'all about the video I uploaded on yesterday. And in that video, I talked a little bit about some things that happened in my life and why I was so comfortable talking about them. I hadn't talked about those things. Sorry about that. I hadn't talked about those things to anyone but close family and friends. And yesterday was the first time just talking about it openly, in an environment that wasn't a controlled environment, which means close family and friends. So let me tell y'all how I got to a place where I could talk about this stuff without being emotionally triggered by them. I navigated my way to my healing place. And last night when I laid down, I kept saying, there's somebody out there hurting. And if I got through my pain, they can get through theirs. And they may not know how to. And navigating your way through hurt, pain, frustration, and anger is a difficult journey. It is really hard. So it wasn't an overnight thing. And when you're navigating your way through your hurt, through your pain, through your anger, through your frustration, there is no time limit. It is a self-paced journey, and you have to go through it at your pace. Your healing is yours. So at your pace, you will find what works for you. Okay, so let me just start at the beginning. Okay, so in the beginning with me, and I'm just gonna keep everything based on my experience. With me, when I was tired of hurting, when I was tired of the pain, when I was tired of being angry, when I was tired of being frustrated, I had to start breaking it down to figure out what was causing these emotional struggles and challenges in my life. So where I started was with the hurt. And what that meant for me was looking at the hurt. I'm like crawling my way through it. Just looking at what is hurting me, what's caused this hurt, what has manifested the hurt into pain, and what has manifested that pain into anger, and why I'm so frustrated with it all. So I'm just like crawling, hand over fist, on my belly through all this hurt. Just tired of it, just being tired. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired of the emotional state that I was consistently and constantly in. I was just tired, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I really had to start looking at where it all came from, and that means laying down in it. Once I was in it and realized what the hurt was from, I was able to do a half plank, and this is why I say I'm animated, and in my descriptions of my steps. I'm still laying in the hurt, but now I'm up looking around at it, and I have a different view. I have a different viewpoint of the hurt. So now I'm looking around at it and thinking about everything that has caused this hurt. Analyzing everything that has caused this hurt. Now this is where a pinnacle point, and I've made this mistake. Once I realized where the hurt came from, once I realized who caused the hurt, then you can do two things. You can start blaming, which I did, or you could start addressing the hurt and start your own self-healing journey. I didn't take the second route first. I took the first route, which a lot of us will do, because we didn't cause the hurt on ourselves. Somebody caused this hurt. So now we're gonna play the blame game. I'm like this because oh, you need to understand I live this life and that's why I am like this, and if you don't understand me, oh well. And in that blame game, we take no responsibility. We redirect and reflect. That's what we do. We take no responsibility. We take no accountability. We redirect and reflect. I did that for years. It was always somebody else's responsibility that I acted, conducted, reacted the way I did because of somebody else. Never because of me, but because of somebody else. That works, but only for a while. Then people get sick and tired of being sick and tired of you, and they start calling you out on your mess. This is where you turn to victim. That works only for so long. That works only for so long. And if you truly in search of healing, you won't continue that path, the victim status. Because what you're going to do is the blame game, and then now you're a victim. You blame, you're a victim. You blame, you're a victim. And that's a terrible state to be in, because you're never growing. You'll never grow like that. I got tired of that too. I got tired of that. And when you do the blame game and the victim status, you can't get up out of the hurt or pain. Because you're still in that state of mind. You're just redirecting the responsibility of your hurt onto everybody else. So now, even though I'm planked up and looking around at the hurt and realize where it's coming from, I'm blaming everybody else for my pain. But I want to heal my pain, so how do I do that? Let me tell you something. If you are looking for the person that hurt you to heal you, you're always going to be hurt. I didn't have the capability, the know-how, and the understanding to seek help. And anything that was constructive criticism, I didn't identify as inspiration. I identified as you criticizing me, telling me there was something about me that was still wrong. And that's where the hurt came from, because somebody tore me down, and I'm not about to let you tear me down. How I feel is how I feel, and you need to understand how I feel. I don't care how you feel. You need to understand how I feel. It's a selfish way to live. So I decided this is not working for me either. I don't like this. I don't like this direction. So what I did was I reanalyzed the whole blame game. Not taking responsibility, accountability, and ownership for anything and blaming it on everybody else. Didn't allow me to grow. I would stay stagnant. Things happened to me over and over again. And I didn't learn from it because it was everybody else's fault. It wasn't mine. So what I had to do was go back to ground zero. Even though I was planked up and I could see the hurt and I saw who caused the hurt, I was still basically on my belly lying in the hurt. Now I'm more angry because nobody's taking the blame for my hurt. I'm frustrated because nobody will allow me to be the victim. And I'm aggravated with everything that's going on. So what I do now is I go back. I'm still in plank mode. I'm still looking around trying to figure out, okay, now I know you hurt me, you hurt me, you hurt me. This was done, this was done, this was done. Blaming everybody does not work. I'm not getting the real results that I want. I can't live my best life like this. So now what else do I do? What I do is I start taking ownership and accountability. That's is hard. It's hard. It's going to kick you in your gut. It's going to kick you in your chest. And it's going to have you crying from your soul. Because it's hard. It's hard. So, at that point, I'm in a plank mode. But I want you to understand, while you're in a plank mode, you're still carrying this heavy load on your back. And it's filled with pain, anger, and frustration. Meanwhile, you're planking and hurt. So now, when I got to the point where, and I'm going to have to move the camera back so I can demonstrate. I told you I was animated. When I got to the point where, okay, maybe you should take some ownership for how, your direction of your life. Because at the end of the day, you're the author of your life. How is that book reading? You don't like what you're reading? What are you going to do about it? So what I decided to do is take ownership and accountability for my healing. Nobody is responsible for my healing but me. When I decided to take ownership and responsibility and accountability for me, I became strong enough to get up on my knees. So now I'm no longer planking in the hurt. I'm kneeling in it. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so now I'm strong enough to kneel, but I'm still kneeling in the hurt. I still have this backpack full of pain, frustration, and anger. What I do now, kneeling in the hurt, is I reach into this backpack and I take the pain out. So now the pain is in my hand, but it's tethered to frustration and anger. But I have the pain in my hand. I realize that the hurt has caused the pain. It's tethered to the frustration and the anger. What do I do with this? I don't know. I need to figure out why this is tethered to the hurt that I'm saturated in. I'm engulfed in this hurt. How do I break apart this hurt to start breaking down this pain? Take ownership. My healing is mine. I am so much more than what was done to me. I am not who they say I am. I am so much more. My past does not define me. My past is my past, and it is me, but it doesn't define who I can be. And with that being said, I realize I'm not going to get this hurt the power over me to cause this pain. Now, I still got frustration and anger. So because I realized that that hurt caused the pain, I reach back and get frustration. Now I'm frustrated that the people around me was willing to cause that hurt, to cause that pain. Now I'm frustrated with everybody around me. You caused this, and you caused this, and you caused this. Now I'm still taking ownership, but now I'm recognizing where this hurt and this pain came from. Now I have to adjust myself accordingly to these people. This where forgiveness comes in, and this shit is hard. How do I forgive somebody who violated me? How do I forgive somebody who tried to break me down and make me believe that I did not matter? Why did they feel the need to tear me down? Why was it me that they chose to treat like that? I don't know. And at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility to figure them out. It's my responsibility to fix myself. And I distance myself from them. Because if you can't cherish me, if you can't respect me as a person, then I don't need you. I will deal with you. Hi, how you doing? Goodbye. That's if that's a parent. If it's a sibling, same thing. With my step siblings, I don't even talk to them. No need. They were on Facebook, they were in my friend list. I blocked them. I was like, why are they there? They don't get to glimpse into my life, not even remotely. I don't want them seeing what they try to tear down. They don't deserve the glimpse in my life. People who have hurt me, they won't even say, well, you know what, I was wrong, I apologize. They'll do that again. So why give them a glimpse of who you are striving to be. Because what they're going to do when they see you trying to elevate yourself and become a better person, they're going to continue to tear you down. So you may have to say, you know what, let me distance myself from you, because you serve me no purpose in my journey to a better me. Back to our healing journey. I'm still kneeling in the hurt. I have the pain, and I realize what's causing this. Now I can start kind of breaking this up. I have the frustration that I recognize who these people are. They're at a distance. The frustration I haven't quite got rid of, but it's subsiding. Instead of a weight of this big, now it's become this big. Because you're going to deal with frustration throughout your journey. Now, what you have to do is deal with the anger. Now, you can deal with it in any order that you want. But I find what worked for me is dealing with the hurt, the pain, the frustration, and now, why am I always angry? I dealt with the anger last. That was my choice. I dealt with the anger in the sense of, I'm angry at you because now I see you. I'm angry with you because now I understand you. I'm angry with you because I saw what you were willing to do to me. That's how I dealt with my healing journey. I'm on my knees. Now I have the pain, the frustration in my hand. I'm still dealing with the anger. But because these things are off my back and in my hand, they're not weighing me down as much. Now I can stand in my truth. So I'm strong enough to stand up to you and understand you trying to tear me down, that had nothing to do with me. That had everything to do with you and who you are as a parent, a person, a woman, a man, a sibling, a cousin, an aunt. It has everything to do with who you are and nothing to do with me. I'm standing strong now. I can look at you eye to eye. I see you. I see you. And because I'm strong enough to stand in my truth, you cannot use my past, what I've been through, as a weapon to make me kneel again. Because now I'm strong enough to stand up to you. I can see you eye to eye. Because what I didn't have before in my arsenal was self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, and self-value. These things are coming in small portions, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And as they grow, I'm empowered. So my reaction, my response to you is never going to be the same. My reaction and my response to situations and circumstances that may challenge me is not going to be the same. I'm not going to meet them the same way I met them before, with the blame game, reflecting, redirecting. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stand in that situation, look at all sides, take ownership, take responsibility, and be accountable, and I'm going to move on. Because you do not get to weaponize my journey against me. No weapon formed against me will prosper. You standing against me to form a weapon with my history, what I went through, with my childhood challenges, with my trauma, not going to work for you. It's not going to work for you. You could try it. It's not going to work. Because I'm strong enough to stand in my truth. Yeah, it happened to me, but that doesn't define me. You attacking me with it does define you, though. You need to figure out what's wrong with you and why you trying to attack me with things I couldn't control in my life. And the fact that you're willing to use that as a weapon against me speaks to you and not me. I wasn't in control the way I grew up, whether I was poor or rich. I wasn't in control. I had no control. I wasn't in control of the parents I had. I wasn't in control. Whatever form or fashion they came, I was not in control of who my parents were. I wasn't in control of the situation and the circumstance I grew up in. I wasn't in control. but now I am. And you cannot have control by using my life as a weapon against me, because I'm strong enough to understand that doesn't define me. So you're going to attack me because I was molested? What's wrong with you? So you're going to attack me because I was abused as a child? What's wrong with you? So you're going to attack me because I was poor? I grew up poor? What's wrong with you? You're going to attack me because I grew up in the projects? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What are you redirecting, reflecting, and not taking ownership or accountability for? What is your problem? You need to lay down in your hurt and figure that out. And don't attack me, because your life isn't complete. That's a portion of how I got through my healing. Outside of reading self-help books, I watched Dr. Phil because I couldn't afford therapy at the time that I really needed it. I did a lot of things. And there were certain things that I retained in my analog of healing. Don't expect people to hurt you to heal you. That is big for me. And ownership and accountability will see you through. Because you're going to know your mistakes you made and you're not going to make them again. I'm going to end this here. I hope that helps someone, anyone, understand healing is not a race. It's not a race. It truly is a life's marathon. It's step by step, day by day. And it's self-paced. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye guys. We're keeping up with this. Let me find the snake.